What's up, guys? So today what we're going to talk about is just my little fitness journey. So with my fitness journey, I started working out when I was in about 7th to 8th grade. And when I first started working out, it was really because I was a chubby, overweight kid. I remember going to the doctors. They would tell me how much I weigh, and I didn't enjoy that moment. And plus, growing up, I would get made fun of, get called names, and all of these things, they just took a huge impact on how I acted, how I talked, how I communicated with people. It made me very shy, very quiet. And then after that, I decided, you know what, I'm done being chubby. I'm done being that overweight kid. I want to make a change. And once I decided that, the way I thought you would be able to lose weight was running, because I would always see YouTube videos of people who are losing weight, or people who are lean, or people who have a lot of muscle, and what are they doing? They were running. So I was like, you know what, that must be the secret. So I would legit go home after school, maybe eat something, if that. Most times it would be an apple, and then I would go running. And then I would just run and run and run. And I think I got into about 3 to 5 miles a day, and I would basically just do this nonstop. I'm not sure how accurate the tracking was, since I was pretty much just using my phone, some Nike app that tracked you as you were going. But I would pretty much just run and run and run, and over the year, I finally started losing weight, and my body finally started looking better, and I started feeling better. But with losing the weight, I really was just eating pretty much apples. I would eat tons of apples. I don't know why I chose apples. I remember I would go into school lunches also, grab an apple, and that's all I would pretty much eat at school. Come home, eat a little bit more, and then pretty much that was all. So I was putting myself in a calorie deficit. I just didn't know what that was, or how to do that, or anything like that. Pretty much just eating as little as I could, and of course running as much as I could. And then finally, by the time I got into about sophomore year, was when I actually looked at myself, and I was like, you know what, I am super skinny right now. I am I'm super thin right now. I think I was down to about 130 pounds, but now there was no muscle. It was just skinny fat basically. So I got down to about 130, and now my workouts, they kind of transitioned to doing pretty much body weight movements, tons of curls, because all I really had was a pair of dumbbells, chin up bar that I would try to do pull-ups on. They of course were looking like that, nothing looking beautiful. And then another thing I would add in was still my running. So I was doing body weight movements. I was doing your typical bro workouts, doing some push-ups, doing some chin-ups. And then also I would do tons and tons of ab movements, because I always wanted that six-pack. And once I also got into it, I started playing football this time. And my freshman year, I hated it, because I literally didn't play a game. The only game I played my freshman year was a game where we were winning by a ton of points, and they put me in during the fourth quarter, and that pissed me off, because that showed I wasn't even good enough to play with the second team. I was on third team. So finally, when it got into sophomore year, I was like, you know what, I need to build some more muscle. And my focus changed from getting abs, getting lean, to okay, I wanna look like a football player, because if you look at football players, they are jacked. They have the muscle. They are also pretty lean, unless you're looking at linemen or anything. But pretty much every other position, the players are pretty fit. So now my focus was you know what, if I want to get lean, I just need to play football. I wanna look like a football player now. So with this, I started going to a gym, and this gym was San Jose Barbell, and they taught me basically how to lose fat, how to build muscle. They taught me the foundations that I really needed to know in order to continue changing my body. And I worked out there at the beginning, just I would literally go every single day. And finally I started working there, and then learning more and more about how to build muscle. Once I got into about my sophomore year of high school, it was way better with football. I was playing every game. I was enjoying it. I was loving it. But then by the time it got to my senior year, I decided, you know what, like I don't want to play football anymore. I want to purely just focus, getting strong, being lean. And I realized like I don't need to play football in order to be strong, in order to be lean. Like I could lift weights, and that's gonna take me there. And just this last year was my real time to focus on like getting as lean as I could, because I got into powerlifting, got up to about 165 from 130 when I first started. And then I decided, you know what, like I want to cut back down now. So I cut back down to about 119, I think was the lowest I got to. And I was like lean with this. Like I finally got to being shredded, and it felt amazing. But now, of course, like we always want to focus on the next step. We always want to focus on getting better. And that's what I'm on right now, of trying to build as much muscle as I can. And first we were trying to get up to 148 pounds, but then we changed the goal. Rather than focusing on a number, focus on, like, of course, how my body looks. So once I feel like I'm getting a little too chubby, we're gonna gain a little bit more, and then we're gonna cut back down to get to the point I want to be at with how much muscle I have. And I'm still doing powerlifting right now. I've competed in the 165 weight class. I've competed in the 132 weight class. And I've competed in the 120 weight class. And the 132 I competed a couple times. And now my next step is probably going to be competing in the 148 weight class, coming up very soon, alright guys? But that's pretty much my fitness journey right there. What I want you to understand is, if you want to get leaner, if you want to build more muscle, if you want to change how you look, you 100% can. And I have a 100% belief in you. And I have zero doubt that you'll be able to do it, all right? But you just have to take that action. You just have to take that step. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to stay updated on when I post, press that subscribe button. And if you are looking to either lose weight or build muscle, send me a message for online coaching.